voice to Generation Z. So we help everyday students discover what they love doing. Go out there and get real-world, meaningful experiences through working on hands-on projects, top C-suite executives, SMEs here in the country in a sense, and take those meaningful experiences and incubate their own careers. So help them become entrepreneurs, stand-up comedians, anything and everything that they are passionate about. But we do this in a way that helps them create a career that not only benefits themselves, but contributes back to the community, that helps build the world in turn. And I've been very fortunate through the work that I've done with Ascendance. Ascendance received the Diana Award in 2019 for social action and humanitarian work from the Diana Foundation in the United Kingdoms. We've also been lucky to work today with global MNCs from the US, such as the Every Denizen Foundation, education institutions, both the Ministry of Education here and global institutions like the Wharton School, the #1 business school in the world, and today work with our entire platform is run by students as young as 8 years old all the way up to 25 years old who run Ascendance from all across Malaysia. So I'm here today in KL, we have students in Sarawak, in Kedah, in Perlis, like all of you from all across Malaysia. We have primary and secondary school students who run this youth movement that impacts youngsters across the world from there. I was very fortunate to start this when I was 13 years old, and today have been lucky to also at the same time pursue my studies at the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League university with Harvard and Yale, to study my bachelor's degree. And over there I'm now the vice president of their Wharton Undergraduate Entrepreneurship Club, where I am their VP of Finance in a way.
That is, at the end of the day, we're talking about greatness. Sebenarnya apa benda kan? Sorry. What I mean is, what is it exactly? What is greatness? So, help me define that, Harsha, first.
Oh no, I shouldn't have sat here. Okay, that's what I did.
Yeah, sorry.
But for me, greatness, and thank you for the question, and thank you everyone. I'm so inspired being on this panel, and I think, for me at the very least, greatness is not about what we can do in a sense. It's about the impact we have on those around us. I was very lucky when I was a kid. I met so many social entrepreneurs right here in Malaysia in a sense who for me embodied greatness. Simply because, #1, they had a huge impact in the communities around them. They supported charities, they empowered others to be able to live their life. They had so much of an impact in the days and the lives of their clients, the people around them, the communities they served. But at the same time, they were doing things that they were passionate about. So it wasn't forced, it was something that came genuinely from the heart in a sense, that made them happy, that put a smile on their face. And finally, it was sustainable. So it was careers that they were able to use to not only survive, to not only have a life that they wanted, but at the same time, inspire others to do the same. So for me, that is greatness in a way. The ability to do what you love, to be sustainable at it, to be able to sustain yourself, but at the same time, have a huge impact on those around you and the community around you, beyond just yourself.
Thank you. Question of why. I mean, why do you do the things that you do? I mean, we do talk about the fact that in a day it does make you the person that you are. But what's the reason and what kicked off? You starting at 13, and I'm quite sure you all started very young. To be honest, yeah. So go ahead. Yes, Harsha, it's you again.
All right. For me, my journey started, I was very lucky when I was 11 actually. And how it started was not because I wanted to do anything. I had no goals, no ambition, nothing. I was 11. There's not much you want to do at 11. But it started because of my mother. So she was a single mother. She wanted to be a social entrepreneur. She stepped out of her career and she went from one workshop to another, one event like this to another to figure out how she could actually have a career to support her family but created impact again in a way. And I am no one to babysit me at home, was brought along in a sense and was for all of these events. And there's one particular space, there was a social business incubator called ETIS that used to have these weekly talk shows and workshops that I used to follow her for. And you can imagine at 11, being thrust into an environment that was so much more than I had possibly imagined or seen before. The four walls of my classroom had nothing to compare in a sense. Because here I met social entrepreneurs who, as I said, they all loved what they were doing, had a huge impact, and at the same time, some of them ran million-dollar companies, some of them were just starting out, but were beginning to see how they could be sustainable. And for me as a kid at that point of time, it made me, there was one question that stuck with me that I ask everyone now that I meet, which is, in an ideal world, what would you be doing? if you had unlimited money, if you had unlimited time, unlimited permission from your parents to do whatever you wanted to do, what would you actually be doing? And it's that question that stuck with me in a sense. And it made me think, okay, I do not know how to answer this, but I want to figure it out. I want to live a life that truly is what the best that I can do. And how I figured it out was not by thinking about it and all of that. It was by trying things out. So at age 11, I used to follow a lot of these entrepreneurs around. So, one day there'd be a CEO of a fashion company. I'd follow her around, see how her life was. The CEO of an IT company, follow him around, see how he was doing, work on small projects with him in a sense, marketing, business, everything and anything that I could try. I would just spend time with these people, work on projects with them. And it was that process that slowly helped me discover what were the things that I was good at, what were the things that I enjoy doing. And from there, the bigger part that I saw was how I could use these skills and the things that I loved in a way that could impact others. I think it's everyone knows about these things from world problems, from climate change, to war, to poverty, to disengagement, to anxiety, to depression. We all know about it, right? You guys know, right? All of these things. But as a kid, we don't normally see how we can solve it. And it was those experiences that I had going around working with these people that made me realize that I may not have the big answer to all of it. But if I can just follow my heart, as I think they said, learn about yourself in a sense, you will start seeing what you can do to solve these issues in a small scale. How you can support others who will have the solutions to these problems. And most importantly, by sharing this around, if everyone can just go out there and live the life that they are most passionate about, half of those world problems themselves will start to trickle away. Because naturally, we as human beings, when we don't think about all of these hurdles that we have, and we don't think about how much money do I need to earn, how much time do I have to do this and all of that, naturally we all do things that not only make us happy, but are sustainable, that give back, that help each other, because that is who we are as human beings. So when I realized that as a kid, these experiences that showed me this, naturally I couldn't think of anything that I wanted to do more than just share the work that Ascendance did, to share this with more youngsters. And the people around me, these entrepreneurs that I spoke to, they said, well, if we go and talk to Gen Zs, they may not listen to us, we're a bit older, we have a lot more experience, but coming from you, they may just listen. So me, at 13 by then, and a few other friends who were 15, 16, 19, we started Ascendance with the idea to bring this platform to every Gen Z out there, so that they could have those same experiences, have those same realizations. And of course, when we started, nobody really wanted to support, everyone was a bit hesitant and all of that. But fast forward 7 years today, I cannot imagine any other career that I had. And the impact that we've had around, among other Gen Zs is just insupportable.
Thank you. Yes, if I can get Harsha now to share, what she's working on. I know she's doing a lot on collaboration. She's asking for a lot of that as well. I stalked you online, as we all do. Yes.
I'm a bit worried, but so the main thing I'm working on is Ascendance's vision of impacting 1 million teenagers in 5 years. So being able to provide the resources, opportunities, and experiences to 1 million teens to discover what they love doing and have the things that they need to actually create their own reality. So how we do this is, number one, for 1 million teens, we actually are opening up our teenageentrepreneur.com platform, which is an online platform with over 200 events, workshops, programs for any student who wants to come in and try different things out. So for example, if you want to be a YouTuber, you want to learn about the world of YouTube, we have workshops by people like the head of innovation at YouTube from California. We have directors at companies like Amazon, LinkedIn, world-class professors all coming in and running sessions for you guys to learn from the best of the best, including from Malaysia. We've been fortunate to have Malaysian icons from Nicola and David to SME owners who are running the country's economy in a sense. So do join us for that and experience things out, try things out, hear different stories that help you figure out what you love. love doing. We also have conferences. At the end of this year, we have our Global Young Changemakers Conference that we're expecting 50,000 students from all across the world. We're featuring entrepreneurs as young as 10 years old from around the world, from the UK, from the Caribbean, from Malaysia, who are young change makers with their own social businesses, their own passion projects like this, in a sense, that create global change. But the bigger picture is, by coming for all of these events, these programs, these conferences, the next level of the vision is to help 100,000 students become community leaders. So not only learn about how they can improve themselves, but how they can shape their communities. And for this, we actually have our Ascendance Apprentice program, where students actually, even as young as 8, 9 years old, work on hands-on projects where they can actually interact, get real-world mentorship, and try things out. So that student who wants to be a YouTuber actually runs today their own web series show. There's one student, Haziq, 16 years old, from Sarawak, came from one of our conferences. Today is an apprentice that just yesterday ran a 24-hour live stream with his own team for improving mental health, for connecting with other Gen Zs, for providing Gen Z-related content on personal development. So it's all run by students. You guys pick the projects, the themes that you want to work on, and you learn hands-on skills from that, whether it's content creation, marketing, whether it's event organizing, whether it's being able to produce quality information out there and online, or learning how to shape your own career. And the next level from that is to, again, help the next 10% to develop 10,000 teenage entrepreneurs. So these are the next companies that are going to be the next Facebook, the next Amazon, the next Google. And we're fortunate that right now we have a Teenage Entrepreneur Challenge, where we have over 80 students this year actually competing in 20 teams, in a sense, in this challenge, where they actually run their own businesses. So we do this with Wharton Interactive, where they are, again, the world's #1 business school. We have their executive directors actually coming in, where students go through simulations, workshops, and actually start and run the business over a couple of months. From previous initiatives at this stage, we've even been very fortunate to create social enterprises, from graphic design studios, merchandising companies that are actually run by 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and expecting so many more. So we have one 18-year-old right now, who is a graphic designer, illustrated 4 published books, has 80 over clients, and is just a student. So those are the stories, and those are the businesses that we want to create. And finally, the last part of this vision is, we actually, our final part is to create the last 10%, 1,000 game changers and future innovators, which are Gen Z like you guys, who are actually having the solutions to solving world problems. And giving you, right now we're working on finding partnerships for labs, facilities, in a sense, to actually try this out. And we're actually starting by every week having these opportunities where we talk about world problems, we bring in people from around the world who are investing in these ideas, who are actually inventing. We run simulations of the climate crisis, on different world issues, where you guys get to go through this, not only learn about it, but connect with people who are actually solving world problems. So you have the connections, the network, the experience to actually start solving world problems. So that's what I'm working on, that's our vision. If you'd like to connect, please do find me on any social media. I'm at actually Harsha, and find Ascendance at Ascendance Pro. You can go to our website, you can WhatsApp us from there, you can go to our social media and text us from there. But please do get connected and join Ascendance so that we can give these opportunities for you guys to change the world.
Dengar tak? Apa dia? Tahu ke?
Wow.
Link sekarang buka. Link all these guys. This is the time. Yeah. I just want, if I can get the panelists to share just one word as to what you want the guys to bring back with. What is that one word that our audience should think about?
The one word if you guys can take away from this, would be experience. I know sometimes there's so many different ways to be successful that it can be a bit daunting absorbing all the information, but nothing beats experience. So go out there and try it.